So we have a lot to talk about. I have been observing all of your comments over the past couple of days, and man, can Bungie not do a single thing without it being controversial? You know what I'm saying? Hi, damn it. But I need to know your thoughts. You've let this thing sit on you for the past few days. What are your thoughts? How are you feeling? Where are the hype levels? Marathon has a lot of eyes on it. XQC says he's going to play it. Here's the thing, man. And although, yes, it's super exciting, unfortunately, Bungie's track record when everyone is playing their game has always been to shoot themselves in both feet. People are too quick to want games to fail for some stupid reason. And people calling it Concord 2 feels so disingenuous. All right, look. So I will say this. God, man, we almost need to like just go and watch a couple of, you know, Milo put together such a good video. Can we go watch Milo's video? I resonated so well with Milo's video. Can we please just watch this? Milo said it so well right here. Problems with the marathon gameplay reveal, honest criticism, and constructive feedback. I want to emphasize this right here. The constructive part. Milo's is incredibly constructive. I'm willing to watch this video again with you guys.
This is going to be quite a long video explaining my brutally honest thoughts about the marathon gameplay reveal today. There's quite a lot of stuff that I'm actually not super excited about. And it's not so much that I'm like negative about it per se, but more that I'm just neutral. And for me, neutral is lower than where I was hoping to be on the scale of negative to positive. Do you know what I mean? Like,
I'm going to be honest with you guys. After the marathon gameplay reveal the other day, and I have so many thoughts. We're not even into like my thought portion. We'll have an entire segment of just my thoughts. I left feeling neutral. I'm just being honest with y'all. I left feeling neutral. Milo says it best. Let's just let him keep talking.
I was hoping that my excitement now would be like a 9 out of 10, but there's quite a few categories where I'm like, oh, that was a 6. Oh, that was a 5. Oh, that was a 7. And so I want to talk about those things and just explore that a little bit. Because there is some stuff that is like a 9 out of 10 or a 10 out of 10 for me. But then there are these other weird elements that I feel like Bungie maybe need to speak to better with marketing, perhaps. And that will help resolve some of those hesitations in my head and perhaps in yours as well. And so if we can consider this video constructive criticism and feedback for the team to help inform them as to where people's heads are at with regards to the reveal, then I think
the gameplay reveal needed a very tightly edited Vidoc, not a bunch of dudes yapping about a game they haven't shown us yet. Yeah! Ah! I'm sorry, Milo. I'm hijacking this stream right now. Can I just say, you know who does the best fucking reveals ever? I'm talking about, let me just overload you. Let me just overload you with content.
I'm Jonathan Rogers, game director.
Look how this opens up.
On Path of Exile 2. Welcome to GGG Live. Twitch drops are enabled on today's live stream, so make sure you follow the instructions below to claim your Executioner's Guillotine finisher effect.
We're not gonna watch the whole thing, but hold on. I wanna get into this portion. Hold on. So right here, they're showing off the abilities of the characters.
In order to make a hybrid range and melee character work, the first skill you will get as a huntress is Whirling Slash, as well as striking in a circle around you.
Okay, so they go through the basics, right? Very basics. They go through ascendancies.
Use the skill on the corpses of slain rare monsters.
By the way, this is 40 minutes, 39 minutes, and 39 and a half minutes of just straight injecting information into thy brain straight from the gameplay director.
To absorb the power in their blood, to give you one of their modifiers.
I don't care if this is your type of game. That's not the point. It's called delivery. Delivery.
Specialize further into ritualistic sacrifice.
This tells me that you as the gameplay director know this game better than anyone else. And then it also tells me that there's a lot of depth to the game. My issue coming out of watching the marathon, because look, you can't really tell a lot when you go play in the playtest. You get like a day or two to play it. You know, some people are like saying they played 70 hours. Let me just say this. Most of the people, most of the people in my inner circle, they feel like marathon is soft. They feel like marathon is soft. They feel like from a gameplay loop, obviously extraction shooters are very simple. You go in, you don't die, you kill everything, you get out alive, right? But in terms of build crafting and everything else, it feels soft. It feels soft. And I showed friends of mine that aren't even like, you know, I say friends of mine that aren't gamers. I showed Rika the gameplay reveal of Marathon. And the first thing she says is, why does it feel so juvenile? And it's interesting that she used that word. But the reason why I'm bringing up GGG right here is because they have a way of showing us their game, and it just keeps escalating. As they go further, you're like, do they got more to show? There's more? There's more? And then these fuckers get on the screen. They're like, that's right. We've got more and more. You know who else does more? You know who else shows more?
We need to go.
Keep moving.
Go!
The witness brought darkness into the traveler.
Look, say whatever you want to say. I came out of that gameplay reveal going, God damn, the Final Shape team fucking hit. Brother, they hit. I mean, look. As a Destiny player, you're like, what? I mean, this is before we knew about Prismatic. Like, what's happening here? What's going on right now? And now the moment.
Something's changed in the Guardian.
You damn right,
New
something's
power.
changed.
I can feel it.
You don't have to be a Destiny fan to know what you're looking at. All right, you're looking at motherfucking greatness right now. I mean, you leave from this going, damn, that was epic. You know what I'm saying? Damn. You think I'm gonna leave this for Marathon? You think are you out of your mind? Are you, based on what we've seen, you think I'm gonna abandon this? And everybody's gonna say the same thing. You know what I mean? Everybody's gonna be like, oh, there it is. There, Destiny fanboy. Just fucking gagging on that shit. Here's the thing, man. Here's the thing. We can get into the whole, you know, how Marathon should have been shown to the world. Maybe the cadence could have been a bit better. Look, when we go here and watch this, you just watch some Destiny gameplay. All right, you just watch, that was a gameplay reveal trailer for Destiny 2 Final Shape. All right, this is a gameplay reveal trailer for Marathon. All right. Okay. So first, right out the gate here, there's going to be a lot of running, which makes sense because we're called runners. And the game is literally called Marathon. Good. Who the f moves like that? What dumbass is like, I'm going to snipe, and then I'm going to look at this guy. No movement. Dude, show real gameplay. Dude, that's real fucking gameplay. That's my biggest problem with the gameplay reveal here recently. It doesn't look real. Like this part right here. Where's the guy? Dude, Destiny players, our ass is on the ground the whole time. We're sliding in every room, every door. Sliding, baby. That's another thing, man. No. Shroud put out a great clip too. There was a clip from Shroud that literally talks about how a lot of developers come in and try to make everything like a game that's obviously made for a hardcore fan base. They try to make it as frictionless as possible so that everyone could play it, right? But what if it's the friction that made the game that it was? What if it's the friction that defined why you enjoyed that game type to begin with? He summed it up so well. Yeah, I mean, that's a lot of games, dude. Right? The friction, sometimes that's the thing that makes the games endearing. All right, so let me just say this. I would love to see like what high-end gameplay would look like in this game. I love the whole mantra that Bungie's trying to say, where they're like, we want players to know we respect their time. You know, I kept hearing that over and over again. Here's the thing. Extraction shooters are not supposed to respect your time. Some people it does. Normally the top 5%. The rest get shit on, okay? And that's just the reality, right? But I kept hearing like that mantra being pushed forward over and over, just like the whole proximity chat thing and like trying to keep people from having to be exposed to toxicity. Dude, it's online gaming. It's gonna happen. You know what I'm saying? Like that's part of those endearing qualities, right? I'm gonna say this is coming from a Destiny player, but also someone who's been playing Bungie games now for many years and playing nonstop Destiny pretty much for the past 10. The vibe that I am getting from Marathon right now, and I could be wrong, the vibe that I am getting right now is I'm seeing D2 vanilla all over again. And you may be surprised, you may be thinking, you mean D2 and D1 vanilla? No, D2 vanilla, where Bungie has pulled back and has given us double primaries and everything is quote unquote balanced. We'll see how it plays out. D1 vanilla had its problems, but it was content problems. At the end of the day, it was fucking dope to pick up a last word for the first time and start blasting people. It was dope picking up Soros Regime for the first time and shooting people. D1's vanilla problems were more issues with the content availability in the game. D2's problem was a foundational issue, as in they went in there and gave us a formula that no one wanted. And it took Bungie giving us the formula and us saying, we don't like this. And then everyone quitting before Bungie said, wow, they really meant it. They really don't like this shit. And if you remember the winter following, right after Curse of Osiris, Bungie almost had to shut things down for Destiny. They probably would have if they didn't have money. But the point is, it's like it took everyone literally walking away from the game. And what did they have to do? They had to give us Forsaken. Now listen, I could be completely wrong about this with Marathon. I'm only speaking from my own experience playing the game and also hearing some of the folks in the community that have talked about it. I think SkillUp's review of his experience with Marathon was who I resonated with the most. I didn't walk away from Marathon going, damn, brother, I gotta get in this, man. Damn. And this is like, some people are gonna be like, well, Cross, this just because you're not in extraction shooters. Look, no. I wasn't into looter shooters either. You think you think Destiny, I was like, oh yeah, I'm a big fan of looter shooters. I'm gonna eat Destiny up. No, I was not into looter shooters. Some of the best games are the games that may be your first breakthrough game in that genre. And guess what? The sticky factor in that is huge. But for Marathon specifically, I didn't walk away from my gameplay experience going, damn, brother, I need more of this. I can't wait for more of this. I was like, okay, it was pretty good, but nothing mind-blowing. And I think we're expecting something mind-blowing. And specifically from the Destiny community, we expect something mind-blowing. Why do we expect something mind-blowing? Because some people, not myself, because I didn't bite into the copium pie, but some people believed that upon the release of Final Shape, afterwards, there would have been a ramp up into Destiny 3. But we didn't get a Destiny 3. We got Marathon. So Marathon developers that are just deving on Marathon probably has nothing to do with Destiny. They're probably like, dude, why are we getting pulled into this fight? I'm just trying to just make a good game here. And I get it, man. But unfortunately, that's the situation. That's just the fight that you're in. That's just the fight that this game is in. Nobody asked for this. Is not valid criticism. Ninjaneer, I'm not saying that nobody didn't ask for this. Here's the thing. I tell you what I'm always asking for. Good fucking games. You hear me? I love when a game pops. It's so much easier to just hype a game up whenever it's in fact hype. When it's in fact fucking hyped. What Marathon has put a lot of people in right now is that we're just kind of like, okay, you know what I mean? They're just okay. And I'm gonna be honest, guys, I'm gonna have to make a tough decision come September because Borderlands 4 looks pretty damn good. Okay. And listen, I play equal amounts of PvP and PvE. I love PvP games. And I love PvP. I even love PvP inside of Destiny, even though it gets ragged on a bunch. But Borderlands 4 looks good, dude. It looks good. And you're dropping on the same day as Borderlands 4. Man. Another confusing thing is why make the alpha a closed alpha? And by the way, that's such a bizarre thing to even do. The alpha is a closed alpha for like thousands of people. Good luck keeping no one from streaming. Dude, people are going to stream it. People are going to drop videos on it. Thousands of alpha codes have gone out. And man, I'm just saying, if you think that stuff's not going to get leaked, good luck. I've seen this so many times before too with other developers. They're like, we made them sign an NDA. Dude, people will break that shit. They don't give a f. Also, as for North Americans, that's even worse. You think we're going to be able to keep a secret? Brother, am I coming off very negative right now? Here's the thing. I don't want to come. I am neutral. Okay. I am neutral, and I was hoping to be ecstatic. I was hoping to be like, oh my God. And I'm just not there, guys. And I know that like we can come off kind of dramatic, right? But I was hoping to leave Saturday just like blown away. Instead, we saw the hour-long reveal, and the conversations that took place between the developers was also kind of strange. Nothing against the devs. I like seeing the devs. I feel like there are times in the past where Bungie has gone into like major detail in live streams with like episodes, and you have like these different panels of people come on, and they go through like, this is the activity, these are the weapons, these are how we change things up this season with fragile mods. This is why we went in this direction. This is the new exotic. I felt like in this developer live stream, I kind of just got like very like subjective stuff, just like it's a fun game, there's tense moments, and that's about it. And so my conclusion from that is either A, the devs just didn't want to reveal any information, which is counterproductive considering there you have the big stage in front of everybody. That's why I brought GGG up in Path of Exile. They do such a good job of having so much information given to us in a 35 to hour-long block. Or B, there's just not that much depth in this game. And that is the alternative that I hope is not the case, because depth is incredibly important. I want to be challenged, and I want to know ways in which, okay, what is the reason for spending, hundreds, thousands of hours in this game? Is it just to get better at PvP? Sure, that's fine. But is there gonna be some point here where like being knowledgeable about the sandbox, being knowledgeable about, build crafting this game? What is the depth of build crafting? Is there any, like, well, you know what I'm saying? Like at this point, Bungie needs to roll out, if it's really the exotic cores that they were talking about, and the things that add like a sniper to your magnum, or the triple jump or whatever, like, dude, show that shit off. As far as like the aesthetic of the characters too, by the way, guys, I wouldn't get too hung up on that. I think they look okay. I think they look fine. Some people said they look like Roblox characters. I think it looks fine. Here's the thing. They are supposed to look like, basic as fuck right here. I guarantee it. There is going to be a skin or skins. This guy actually looks pretty dope, but there will be skins in the shop that you can buy to make your character look way better. 1000%. Don't get concerned about this look right here of the base character. If anything, I wouldn't be surprised if they make the base characters look just ridiculous. We haven't seen the other runners. It's to push you to buy things in the store. And we see this inside of Destiny.
Every Bungie game takes previous and builds on the strongest aspects. Marathon was groundbreaking for FPS and lore. Halo builds on it with PvP. Destiny builds on Halo multiplayer with MMO bits and build crafting.
Okay, let me finish this statement. Neon Detective with 1,000 bits. Marathon has taken Destiny 2 raids and the PvP together, but it seems they may be compromising strengths with lore and social aspects. Neon, you have seen nothing to do. All we've heard is raid-like mechanics. All right, let's just be real, man. You think motherfucking Caretaker is gonna suddenly drop and you're gonna have a DPS phase and there's gonna actually be full-blown raids inside of this thing? It ain't gonna happen, man. It ain't gonna happen. Why is it not gonna happen? Because Gambit players, people that play Gambit, that get pissed off. Nothing pisses off a PvE player more that's trying to PvE than a PvP player coming along and fucking their shit up. You are actually wrong. Yeah. All right. Sounds good, guys. Sounds good. Marathon's gonna be great. We're gonna have raids. It's gonna be fantastic. Fucking Vault of Glass is gonna be in that bitch. It's gonna be wild. Look. I really do hope so. I want to bite into the copium pie. Here's the thing. They didn't show it off. And that's what I'm trying to say. Bungie, if you got some real shit to show, the next time y'all show stuff, it's got to be real. I wouldn't hold back nothing. And like, I have played, I can't remember. I supposedly, we weren't supposed to talk about the other map. We did play one of the other maps. And I still think that the other map was substantially better than Dire Marsh. I had 2 playtest experiences with Marathon. One was with the Dire Marsh, with everything you see here in front of you. And let me just say, I wasn't that blown away by it, guys. I was like, all right, it's a game. The second, though, was in the second map. And I think somebody already talked about it, right? The second map was just better, dude. It was just better. The layout was better. The damn cadence of enemies was better. The fights with other players was just better. It was just better. And all I'm saying is, like, the next time Bungie rolls out with information, man, they gotta come pack it. They gotta come bring it. Because it's not like, I love, like, we're taking moments throughout the reveal stream to explain what an extraction shooter is. Okay, cool. People know what an extraction shooter is. Understand you're dabbling with a very hardcore audience. You gotta show them the shit, man. You gotta bring it out. I keep hearing suggestions. It sounds like people wanted to be more like Destiny. Why is the Destiny community trying to turn Marathon to Destiny? No, guys, man, you guys, listen. And look, this has nothing to do with like Destiny hating on this game or hating on Marathon or anything like that. People felt underwhelmed this past weekend, okay? People that have even played it, some feel underwhelmed. And the question is, it's like, what are those reasons? Why? Because the Destiny community is jaded and looking for something else to throw hate at. There's a lot of forced hate on Marathon. My thoughts on Marathon is neutral. I'm still very much neutral on everything. And this is coming from someone who's combed through all the interviews this past weekend, who put out a video yesterday going over like everything we know. And I'm still very much neutral on it. Just my thoughts, guys. Bro, you obviously don't like the game, Cross. You are neutral. Let me just say this. If this game comes out and it can turn me, all right, hold on. If it can fucking turn me, then it did something right. All right, at this point, though, I'm going to say I am neutral, leaning more to the side, not really blown away, not that hype, not that excited. All right. I think there's a reason extraction shooters are niche. There is a reason. All right, guys. I mean, sure. We're all going to be playing the alpha soon. There's going to be people that are going to say they had a great fucking time. And, you know, I hope that, man, I hope that Marathon is going to be great. I really do. I really do hope it's going to be great. I hope Marathon makes so much goddamn money. And I hope they put all that money in Destiny. I really do. Here's the thing. At the end of the day, I really do want this game to be fun. And because that's such an easy sell. To be able to sit there and be like, oh, this game is so much fun. And actually, like, Les and I, like, if this became like one of our main PvP games, I would live for it. But I'm only sharing with you guys my experience playing the game, and I wasn't that blown away. Why is that such a like, whenever I say that, like, you hear opinions from other people who have played the game and you're like, oh, that's a great opinion. That's a wonderful opinion. Thank you so much for sharing your opinion. And then I give my opinion. It didn't blow me away. I didn't say it was shit. I just said it didn't blow me away. But somehow I'm just a fucking hater. Tell me, are you just looking for an opinion that aligns with your own? Are you actually really considering my thoughts? We want your opinion, but don't say you're neutral. No. I'm neutral. I have not shit on this game. If you think I have shit on this game, would everybody like to go watch Starfield? Would you like to just go look at my Starfield thumbnail? All right. I literally have it as midfield. Okay. I spent 30 minutes shitting on that game. I took time for over a week to poetically shit on that game in every way possible. When I say I'm neutral, I'm fucking neutral. I am neutral right now. I would say we got to wait until alpha release. Well, good thing is we're going to be able to all talk about how the alpha played. Here's the thing. I just think at some point, and I completely agree with Milo said here recently, Bungie's going to need to do an open beta, especially with monetization being such a, like, it seems like monetization is going to be a major topic. You know what I'm saying? If they are going to charge $40, you need to come out and do an open beta and give everyone an opportunity there to give it a go, to try it out. $40, that's what's being talked about. Now, my question is, with them not coming out and definitively saying what the price of the game is, what are the chances that Bungie might be gauging things? Could they turn around and say, listen, the people are saying they don't want to pay $40, we go in free? I would be very surprised. I would be very, very surprised. I think it's going to be $40. That sounds about right. And I do believe that there's going to be, you know, the level of monetization that we have inside of Destiny. Eververse gets updated every single season, actually every week, but gets a complete overhaul every single season, sometimes in the middle of a season. If you think that there is not a team right now that's cooking up skins for all of these characters, for weapons, for everything, trust me, you will have the ability to buy all kinds of stuff. It might not be present at launch, but it will be present. Some form of it will be present. And here's the thing. I like skins. I also like skins that give me slight advantages. You think I wouldn't pick a skin here that makes my head smaller? Absolutely. Dude, we used to buy skins inside of ornaments inside of Destiny that made our shotguns longer, because Fallout put out a video saying that, yes, Chaperone's ornaments, which are slightly longer, had further kill range. and we fucking bought it. I'm not sure if I want to shell out for something I might not enjoy. That's why the open beta is so important. The open beta is going to be incredibly important to really gauge. I would say do the open beta. If the open beta pops, then boom, roll out with pre-orders. Then you roll out with the pre-orders. Personally, this game looks amazing, but the genre is a huge turnoff. Plus, the price tag is not going to change. Not to mention the shit Bungie pulls with D2 isn't going to change with Marathon. All right, listen, guys. Let's just remove ourselves from Destiny 2 for a moment. It's an extraction shooter. The things that concern me the most that I heard this past week were things like Skillup talked about the narrative. And he said that it was mentioned that the narrative framework has been laid out, but the narrative is not in the game. There is no narrative. The story framework has been laid out, as in like the outline, but nothing has been worked on yet. That's incredibly concerning for, not necessarily for me, because it's like, I'll go watch a lore video. It's whatever. But for my marathon players that played back in the 90s, you know, your grandfathers and great grandfathers, you know what I mean? Like, listen, those people have been waiting for this. You know what I'm saying? They probably saw Marathon and it just shook them back to the Stone Ages, and they were like, oh my God, I can't wait to dive back in to know what happened to Durando and whoever the fuck else. Now you're telling me we're not going to have any type of story beats? And I also think like having a PvE, like some sort of like onboarding PvE mode. I don't know, man. Like I just to kind of like, I don't have some overlap, but that's fine. If you didn't want to do that, it's fine. I think I'm really curious to know what the delivery of the seasonal storytelling is going to be like. I will say this, I've seen Destiny and its seasonal storytelling. It's gotten a lot better, at least in Heresy. But are we even going to get a holo projector? In Marathon, are we even going to get a holo projector, guys? Or are we going to get a Grimoire card? Are you going to just get your little card, go, you do your faction quests, you know, you get your 5 headshot kills, and now you just unlocked a Grimoire card. I also am let down that there's no social space for the factions. And I know everyone's like, Cross, can you remove yourself from the Destiny mindset? Brother, this is something I would want in every game, okay? I like social spaces, you know what I mean? It'd be kind of cool if I can go to my factions and a social space. And dude, I literally had someone argue in the YouTube comment section this morning saying that, Cross, you don't understand extraction shooters, therefore picking up just one faction quest makes sense. How about you go main Tarkov for X amount of hours before you start commenting on this? And that really just shocked me, because I was like, wow, okay, I guess just picking up one faction quest at a time is actually what you're supposed to do. God forbid you could pick up multiple. I'm just saying, just have a little bit of overlap here. I have 3 to 5 or some shit. I'm very neutral on this game, by the way, guys. I'm extremely neutral. I can't express just how neutral I am about this game. Listen, I'm excited. I really am. I'm excited about this game. Can't wait to get my hands on it. Looking forward to the alpha. It's going to be a good time. And look, I will say this. We'll see this some time from now until September. There's a lot of things that could change, right? A lot of people think, it takes time to build a masterpiece. No. Be surprised what you can accomplish in 4 or 5 months. You know what I'm coming from? I would like more of a perspective from you instead of this. I love where you guys are coming from. You don't like my perspective because it is not your perspective. That's what you guys don't like. And all I'm trying to say is I felt like the reveal this past weekend didn't hit as hard as I was hoping it would hit. I thought the ARG was fantastic. I thought the build up to Marathon was, it was one of the best buildups ever. You know, I was very hyped. I was very hyped to see what they were going to come out with. I just felt like people didn't get as hyped as I was hoping to see people. And we knew this whenever we gauged you guys. Over 35% of this stream was just like, yeah. I remember specifically last year when we saw Final Shape and we saw Prismatic for the first time. We rolled up, we did the poll, and afterwards everybody was just like losing their minds. Like over 90-something% in the stream that was just like, holy shit, this is crazy. I can't believe Bungie's doing it. Granted, we had a lot of context for that game, right? We knew what we were seeing there, and we knew like how crazy it was that we were combining different subclass elements. I'm just hoping that the next time Bungie shows us something from Marathon, they ball out, man. You know, I hope they show the depth of the game. I hope they show some of those exotic aspects, right? From weaponry to the things that can give you the triple jump and stuff like that, right? I hope they show off the new maps and things. So, because I think that's going to be incredibly important. But yeah, it's not like we're not going to be playing this game. Of course we're going to be playing it. I just don't know if I'm going to be playing.
Slap that like button like your mama told you right.